Okay, so first thing, I want you to have the concept that level 1 is the most important level in the game, okay? So this means that we stand and we look for kills, we look for everything. We look to watch if they invade. We really are vigilant more than any other level. Level 1, let me mute this. So standing AFK is kind of a no-no, you know? Do you know where to stand level 1? And what do you generally do level 1? This is sort of a question to you.
Normally, depending on which side I am at. If we have a Blitzcrank or Leona or something, a Pike, something with a stun Morgana, I usually go with the team if they want an invade. Try to go.
Sure.
You can see where Rengar and Bard are there. Instead of going where Rengar goes, we normally goes the other way around down to bot into the Tri-bush down there. And
okay. I mean, golems. If you're not invading, sorry, if you're not invading,
then I'm standing around where it's called the red, the bush behind the red.
Here?
No. Yeah, there.
Okay.
The bush, not this bush, but if you can go down just at the entrance, yeah, there.
This one.
Yeah,
okay.
And then maybe a bit up so I can see both the entrance here and a bit of the entrance up there. So the only place I can cover is the golem route. But sometimes I ride to my jungler. If he can stand there, we can see everything.
Okay, that makes sense. This is actually a pretty dangerous place to stand. I'll be honest with you. Maybe not because you're Teemo, but generally on most top lane champs, because I see you don't just play Teemo, right? This is a really important piece of information.
Yeah.
The best and safest place to stand is right here, just on the river. Okay. Because then you see people invading from this way, and you see them invading from this way, you know?
Yeah. Sure.
And then you could just run out. So here is a bit scary, because then you can't see them coming through here, you know, or coming around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so just try stand there from generally, and that also lets you cheese people. And that's one really big thing I want you to do when you're level 1, because you have Ignite, right? You're so strong level 1. You could just sit in a bush, look for him. If he leashes, he walks up river, then you all in him, you know, with Ignite. I really want you to be proactive, because in high elo, a lot of games are won and lost at level 1. I'm not memeing, especially top lane, you know? So yeah, that's just what I wanted to stress to you.
So just, you would just... Like if you leashed and then walked up, and then I ulted him in with Ignite, it's like, well, I'm probably not gonna kill him in the next. How long is the Ignite?
But he'll pop flash, right?
Yeah, he'll pop flash or have to go back or something like that, or use all his pots.
Yeah, and that's such a big detriment, you know. Like it's huge. Early XP and CS is worth way more than like as the game. It's worth way more earlier than it is later on, you know. Yeah. Because the early levels matter a lot. Anyway. Yeah, so I feel like you get that now. I feel like versus GP, you knew that. I'm not sure if you knew this, but GP's level 1 is like one of his strongest levels in the entire game. So what you did here and didn't cheese him is actually pretty decent. I feel like you could have done with Ignite, but like this decision isn't that bad, you know? Do you remember what you did?
Yeah, I think I went Invis, and when he came up, I poked him 1 or twice, and then I backed off.
Okay, sure. Something you got to be really careful with GP specifically is GP wins lane depending on how many times he uses passive on you. You know his passive? So
it's something I'm actually not quite sure if his passive is it the gold coin collecting stuff or
not just that. Do you know the fire sword he has on his auto?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the most broken abilities level 1 in the entire game.
Does it work ranged as well, or is it only when he actually melee?
Only melees, but you get hit by it sometimes, right? So I'm trying to tell you, it's really important. Like that's how he wins lane a lot of the time. Basically, what it is GP wins lane if he hits enough barrels and enough passives with the fire sword. Yeah. No worries. Anyway, yeah, you did really well here because you didn't like stand in a bush and get face checked by him. All good. I like this. Okay, sorry, I've got notes on the right, so that's why if I'm taking a second, I'm just reading and processing. I want to word it to you. No worries. Okay, so as a range champion, this is really important. So first fundamental of playing as a range champion, I want you to take control of these bushes. When you auto-attack minions, they auto-attack you, right? So then you immediately, you auto him, and the minions auto you, and then you go into a bush quickly, and then come out. And then Sorry?
To drop aggro, right?
Yeah, drop aggro. That's why it's really important. You don't stand over here, but you're like over here, you know?
Yeah.
And you have control of this bush every game, if you can, of course. Yeah. No worries. But yeah, I'm just going. If you know this stuff, I'm just going off of what I see in the VOD. So sorry if I'm.
No, it's fine. Just go with everything. Sometimes I forget the the basic parts as well.
But yeah, that's really important.
It's because I play a lot with my little brother who just started. So right now we play in silver low gold elo, and
Okay.
well, I can win most fights there. So sometimes I forget the. Yeah, even though I die 2 or 3 times, I'm pretty confident that I will still win the game.
Yeah. I just want you to get like flawless laning, you know?
Yeah,
That's like
of
my
course.
biggest thing.
That's why
No worries.
I contacted you as well. So
No
just
worries,
lay
no
down
worries.
on me.
Yeah, so the first point I'm going to go over besides that one now is at 221. So you knew you could all in him, which is great. You had Ignite, so you run him down. My first thing I'm going to critique you on is your camera usage. You've got to keep panning your camera, mate. This was a kill. If your camera was just a bit down, you couldn't even see him. Look, you'll see. You could have just flash ulted him.
Yeah.
You can't click him, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't. He left the screen.
So yeah, exactly.
I have to use the camera better.
Yeah, camera control. It's not something people think about often. So now that you know, you just be a bit more careful about it, you know?
Yeah, sure.
No worries. That would have been first blood.
More of the lane.
Yeah, exactly.
All I have is the empty lane
and all of this.
and all of this. And if I had it further down, I could see his flash, and it's not like I can be ganked without seeing it because my minion not giving vision at top lane, so he wouldn't come from behind.
And also, the jungle has barely cleared the second camp. You know, like you're never gonna get ganked.
It's level 1, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so no worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you ever think about the first 3 waves? How do you wave control that? Because this is one of the most important things as a top laner.
Sometimes I try to push in the first one, and
the first one.
Yeah, the first one I'll try to push in and then let him push back. Or if you can, I can't move the screen now. But if let's say I'm on this side of the map, I'm on Gangplank's side, not my own. Then I walk up around the 3rd bush up at my tower, and then try to drag them just a bit, so it will slow push into me.
Okay, so that's one thing you do, yeah, sure.
Yeah, because he has the minton advantage they will reach his faster, something like that.
Okay, this might be a little bit strange to take in, right? But like I want you to start thinking about the early wave controls in terms of like waves 1, 2, and 3. You know, the first, second, and the third wave that come, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to decide whether or not you can make the 3rd wave hit this tower. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. So try to
crushing 3rd wave.
Push slower and let
exactly
go in.
Yeah, and you can only do that, right, if you have the right circumstances, like if you're stronger than the top laner, etc. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So that's something I really want you to start doing because this is really important. This is one of the most important concepts in top lane. Anyway, and then you know how like if you look at your wave coming, that's where their wave is too, right? I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. No worries. Okay. So right now, you can also crush the 2nd wave. I forgot to say that, but yeah, that's important. So if you need to crush the 2nd wave, you know?
I think my question is that what is the advantage of crushing this 3rd one? What is...
Sure, that's fine. So the 3rd wave, the really important part about crashing 3rd wave is when you've crashed 3rd wave, usually the wave is big enough that you can reset and go buy a good item, and then he can't push it all the way in, and then you can freeze it. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Also, when you've crashed 3rd wave, that's usually around 325 or 320, and that's when crab spawns. So you can go help your jungler get crab whilst he's pushed in, you know?
Yeah. So either back, get an item, or help the jungler.
Help your jungler, yeah. So that's the mentality you should have, because crab's so important, you know? Your jungler screech.
So if I want to push in the 3rd wave, is it just like on the 1st and the 2nd, just keep it equal?
A bit slow. Not equal, but like pushing slowly. This is something you have to practice, and I can't really explain in terms, right? This is something you have to see. But if you know you have to crush 3rd, you'll push it at a rate that makes it so the 3rd one comes and then takes tower. Yeah, I don't know if you know what I mean.
I think it's just practice. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just practice. Yeah. The practice tool, try to maybe play with a friend or something. Let him play like he would, and then try to push it in.
Yeah, so like crushing 3rd wave or 2nd wave if you push too fast, right? You never, basically the goal is you never want it to be like stuck here. So you're, exactly. So what I'm going to go over here is this is a situation where you have to look at your HP, right? You have to crush the 2nd wave. You just have to push. The reason I say this is because he has TP and you have Ignite. If he chooses to just recall and TP back, he's at full HP and you're on 70, you know? So you're absolutely fucked. So he's stupid. He stays. You need to just push this as fast as you can, right? And then recall. Or else you're at risk of getting ganked and stuff. Okay. Because we know Kha'Zix was pathing topside. Do you ever pay attention to where Kha'Zix starts? Or let the jungler start?
I try to look at where if my laner is faster to lane or not.
Oh, brilliant.
And
okay.
if I can't see anything, I just try to guess based on whether the specific jungle champ normally starts.
Okay, great. No, that's really good. Then you have that knowledge. So basically, we know that he's started red and he's pathing up to topside.
Yeah.
Because we saw like earlier on, like you said. So we can't really stay here for that long, right? We need to minimize the window we can get ganked. And this is the big theme of the entire thing. We're always pushing, like for 15 minutes straight. So I'll sound like a broken record and you'll get really sick of it, but I'll show you. No worries. So yeah, basically I want you to crash these and then recall. No worries. But instead, because we failed to crash it, we have to ward and now be scared of a gank. Do you see what I mean now?
Yeah.
No worries.
That's also something that went through my mind. I thought like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He gets a freeze now, and it's so hard for me
pushing
it in, and I'll probably.
But now you see why you had to push this really fast, right?
Yeah. So instead of just.
Exactly.
Get it in.
Yeah. Don't even care if you miss the CS, right? This is way more important.
Yes.
Okay. And then we keep pushing, even though we know Kha'Zix is pathing topside. And all this time, like, I know Kha'Zix is a slow ganking jungler, but I have to make sure, because I've only got one VOD, you know? Like, I don't know if you do the same thing versus a Rek'Sai or a really heavy ganking jungler.
I might do.
So that's quite hard. If this is something you consistently do, only you can say that. You need to pay attention to back timings and when you recall, because you can't always be aggressive. That's the main thing. However, now we see Kha'Zix, right? Yeah. So it's completely fine. Keep doing your thing. This is fine. It's just, in general, what you were doing there. Okay, so let's see. 323, I had a point. Yeah, so this is the ignite thing. This is a really important thing. When you have fights early, a lot of people come to me and they're like, okay, I got a kill and I don't know what to do now. The wave is in a bad place. I want to push. No, just recall and walk back. Or if you have TP, just TP back, you know. Really important. If you don't understand what I mean, then feel free to.
I think you said that even if I want to fight, if I'm a low HP and I feel afraid of pushing it in because I'm not sure where the jungler is or I see him coming towards me, then fuck where the wave is, get back, get your item, come back to lane.
Not only that, because he has TP, you know, and he could TP back and get full HP.
Yeah, and also one of the things I see in this elo and also in the gold elo is that even though he have a chance of freezing, if I go back, he probably won't. A lot of them will just push it right back to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you want to climb, then you gotta like play as if they're gonna do the right thing, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So, no worries. So let's see. Okay, so nothing much happens for about a minute. I think we just keep pushing, and then your jungler's smurfing, so you've got nothing to worry about now. You can just keep harassing. This is completely fine. I'll just skip ahead. So we keep pushing. This is fine though, because Teemo harasses them to tower well, right? All good. We're giving him a bit of CS, but whatever. Honestly, this is such a small thing. I'd rather you focused on the getting ganked thing, you know? That's way more important right now. So he's really bad here. This is a mistake he does, right? So he goes to do what I said he should have done a while ago, you know, where I said recall and TP back for full health, you know? But he takes 10 years to do it, right? So you'll see. He'll go to recall in a second. And then he'll take like 15 to 20 seconds to even get back for some reason. I don't know if he's like browsing the shop or something. But yeah, if he TPs to a minion and then freezes it, you're fucked. You actually lose the lane. So he went ages ago, right? Where's the TP? You know, like. Yeah.
So if he
and then he TPs to tower.
Behind his tower, he could just open the shop there, get a TP back. So
exactly.
Like he's in any danger of dying down there.
And then he also doesn't TP to the wave to stop you killing it. He TPs to the tower for some reason. Look at your HP. He should just go and kill you, you know? Anyway. I know maybe he can't because you could just go invisible, but he could at least hold a freeze if he TP'd earlier. Yeah. All right. Brilliant. So the next one comes at 6:35. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is quite a boring one where you just perma push. It's all good. This is a small thing. Yeah, I think a really consistent theme is your backing. Right, you just have to back here. There's no like if or but. You have to like in your head. You have to weigh up. Oh, you tried to roam here, right? Like even for a second, but this delays your back quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you just got to decide, can you do anything here? And the answer is no, right? Like before you even go.
Yeah, I realized it way too late. I could have just backed in the bush. I had like 2 seconds left on the back.
So this is a general concept where it's called planning a roam or planning a TP, right? Where you like push a wave in and then you know you're already going, you can roam then, you know? You don't just roam because you see something. But yeah, that's something else. It's all good. This is fine. You cancel it, you realize you can't. The worst thing would have been if you went and helped anyway. And this is so unlucky, but it happens. Do you remember that play?
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Actually, I laughed a bit. I couldn't even get mad.
I saw what you put in chat. It's funny. Anyway, let's have a look. I think there's okay, so this is the one part of the game where you could have properly frozen, right? Consistently. Yeah. You could have done a bit earlier, but it was hard because you were so low. This is the play. This is the wave where you freeze on. And I'm sure you saw that because you were trimming the wave, right?
Yeah,
yeah. And then we do one crucial thing. And then this is where I want you to start thinking about your spell uses, specifically the ulti, right? Because you ult for try and harass him. But because you ult the wave, you push the entire thing.
Yeah.
No worries. I think you were looking for an all-in, which is fine. But I'll get onto that in a second as well.
I used to play... I picked up Teemo about when half a year ago or something like that. I used to play Garen for the last 3 seasons, and
yeah,
it's just so easier trimming the wave with his
lead. Of course.
So, but I can see what you mean.
No worries.
This would have been an easy trim.
Yeah, you could have trimmed this. But like, there's a general concept that will help you, right? It's wait, where did you place it?
I think I placed it
here.
Too far up. Yeah.
So like, imagine, okay, so you go for an all-in here, right? Like, I'm pretty sure in a second you'll go for an all-in here. Yeah. But imagine if you did the all-in when it was here. You'd have to run a lot further, you know?
Yeah.
So you'd increase the chance of killing. So that's basically what you got to think of, right? You want to increase the chance you get a kill. So you just got to let him get a bit of CS, bit longer. Good contesting the barrel.
That's the patience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just discipline, right? Like, oh, sorry, I accidentally full screen.
It's fine. Sorry.
And then this is fucked now.
It didn't even hit him. No.
Yeah, so it's like what you've decided when you press that, right? I know it was autopilot, but like what you decided is you want value a chance of hitting him with the mushroom over guaranteed freezing and maybe killing him, you know? No worries. So that's why I want you to start thinking about like the ult usage, specifically more when you're trying to freeze. Because maybe it's easy to freeze now because you ult the wave less, you know? Maybe that was the problem.
I think I'll try that, yeah.
Oh, good.
I think, as you said, maybe I'll try to push him and I'll be too aggressive. Like I have so much confidence in this little rat that he will kill almost anyone but Malphite and Shen and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, no worries. And then we almost get the kill. I like this play, by the way. This was a good play. You saw that you had to flash over the barrel to kill him. It was good. I respect these all in. It was unfortunate you flashed into the barrel, but the idea was there, right? It's fine.
That wasn't the idea. I tried to flash to not hit it.
I saw. It's fine. All good.
Oh, it was so close.
Happens, and that's the second time he's gotten that low. Okay, let's see. 740 is the next point. So this is where the concept, and this is where it starts becoming you're always pushed. Even up till now, you've still been pushing, right? I want you to look at the map always at this point, like level 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. All this specific like point in the game, this is where you can get ganked and die really easily, and where you start having to play around where your jungler is. It's the most consistent way to not throw a lead, you know. So look at your jungler. If he's on the other side of the map, then play passive, right? If he's like up top side and can help you if you fight, then you play aggressive. And these are the windows you use to decide when you fight and you trade. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's because it's hard to track the Kha'Zix, right? But you know where your jungler is, so that makes it easy. Just follow your jungler. Anyway, yeah, so if we look now, Rengar's doing Dragon, so what do you think you should do in this situation, looking at this? Decide what you want to do with the wave and stuff like this.
Well, I would probably push in before he uses TP. It's probably not up yet. Maybe it is
Yeah.
actually, but
If not, it's not up. It's
now
not up.
I would push this in, and then yeah, normally I probably would greed a bit. With more
Yeah.
mana, I would probably take a plate and then push the next one with this room, and
Okay.
then back.
I think like even with the plate thing, right? It's like you're looking at maybe getting a plate, and for the risk of maybe dying.
Yeah, and actually,
So it's just weighing it up.
by Kha'Zix. I think I die by Kha'Zix here for
Yeah,
greeting.
for sure.
Yeah.
And weighing it up is really important, right? Like you got to decide. And Kha'Zix wants kills, so you're giving him exactly what he wants. You know. No worries. No worries. So ally jungle proximity, really important for ranged champions especially, because you win 1v1 all the time, and jungle is the only thing that shits on you. So play around it, you know.
Yeah, let's try.
And then we stay. No worries. I understand. You want to bully him, he's low, right? Like, it's just so addictive to poke him on the tower. Yeah, I get it. Okay. But, like, you're also not getting punished as hard as you should be. So it's hard for me to say all these things, but you'll see eventually that you've been pushing for 15 minutes. And if you do this every game, you will die to ganks every game. It's just how it works, especially in high elo. All right. So let's see. The next thing is pink ward. Please buy a pink ward. Please, here. You had enough gold for it. Like you had 80 gold and you just left for that one. Do you buy them much?
I'm trying to get into the habit of actually buying them, because the last session I had is also like, if you have the money for it, buy it, because you're probably not coming back for a lot of time, and 75 gold can save your life and save 300 gold plus maybe a shutdown you have on you. Yeah, so
no worries.
I think it's easier when I play a lot of Lucian mid lane as well. And for some reason I remember to buy them every time I go back there. But well,
okay.
I have to get into the habit of just doing it always.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, don't always, right? They're so fucking expensive. So here's where I'll get into something you probably haven't heard of. And it's like something I came up with called Pinkwood theory, right? Like it's the value of a pink and why you can never let the enemy top laner take it. So you buy a pink ward at 75 gold, right? And then the enemy top laner takes it as 25. So if you think about that difference between you and the top laner, the difference is 100 gold straight up.
Yeah.
So and then they also get XP. So that's like 110, 120 gold versus of resources, Yeah. So that's almost a tower plate of difference every time they take your pink ward. So make sure when you place a pink ward, I just wanted to go through the best places too. So it's somewhere you can defend 100%. They can never just take it for free. So my favorite places are this ward here, this bush here. Do you see?
Is it the bush at the golems?
Yeah, but it shows the golems. It has to show the golems. No one checks that. And then this one, if I'm on red side, this bush.
Yeah, I actually really also use that bush sometimes, even though I'm on blue side, because I can just place it just so I can see the what's called the plant sometimes, and then I can see if someone jumps over and.
Sure. But yeah, the most important thing, the reason I'm saying is just understand that you can never just place it like here or here or something.
Normally I just shroom that one, or use a yellow trinket in that bush, because then he pushes in and I lose it.
Good. It's just the value of it is really important to understand. Okay. It was actually an opportunity to place a pink ward here this time, right? Because when you place a pink ward here, you actually set up a gank in a second. But it's all good. Let's see. Skip ahead. Don't want to dwell on it. All good. So this is, again, strong side, weak side sort of thing. You're strong side now because Rengar's here. He can help you, right? So I want you to go super aggressive here and bully him out like you have been before, but now you're doing the right thing if you do it, right?
Yeah.
No worries. Okay, I don't know what happens here, but I think you just push a bit more. The next point's at 938. Okay, yeah, I think this is where Rengar goes for a gank. This is fine.
I think it's here I die to Kha'Zix because, he came just behind Rengar.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is where I'm like, okay, if you had a pink ward, right? I want you to look at that.
Yeah.
What happened likely was there was a ward in there. Gangplank placed a ward, and they knew Rengar was there.
Yeah.
So then Kha'Zix knew to counter gank.
So while he was waiting, he just made ready at the plant.
Yeah, Gangplank baits this. He walks over to get him to engage. Yeah. It was well done, but this is why you need a pink ward. Look, and then there's a Kha'Zix. Yeah, for certain he knew. 100%. All good. Yeah. So pink wards. Oh, good. Yeah, you guys probably would have won that. Oh, good. Anyway, 10:06 now. Okay, so this is more of like a quiz. I want you to. This is fine. You just push and crash this, right? I'm sure. Oh, you don't. Okay, so this is another example. I want you to look what's happening now. Tell me what you have to do. Because I want you to work on like your decision making for strong side, weak side.
Let me see. Well, okay, yeah, that was better.
Sorry about that.
Well, what I thought here, I think what I thought is that with his barrels, even though I crash it, it would still just insta push back. I'm so afraid that he can push an entire wave. And I can't remember if this is a cannon wave or not. But that I wouldn't reach it to crash. I wouldn't reach his crash, and then I tried to push him in, but thought that he was pushing. So I'm actually quite not sure what to do, and I can't see Kha'Zix.
Oh, Kha'Zix just died, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I think you just killed him. Or am I wrong?
Oh, no, I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him.
Okay, yeah, even more reason then. Okay, so then you know Kha'Zix could gank you.
Yeah.
But that's not the main thing I wanted to get at. Remember what I've been saying? Strong side, weak side? What decides if you play passive or aggressive?
Where my jungler is.
Yeah, where's Rengar going? That was the main thing I was trying to get you to look at.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the easiest way, you know? So now you've made that go into tower. You could get gank, just recall. You know?
Yeah.
There's no way he pushes under tower, pushes to tower. Gangplank doesn't have amazing wave clear until he got Triforce Sneak and one-shot backline. You know, it's good, but it's not amazing. So you have time to get a recall here. Oh, good. But do you see how I said I'd sound like a broken record player? I'm saying the same thing over again.
Pushing.
Yeah. Oh, good. I do this when I'm tilted. So I don't know if you're tilted, but I perma want to look to fight and kill my enemy top laner when I'm tilted.
I don't actually think I was tilted here because I think this was my first or second game or something, and I just came from a 12th winning streak on the other account, so I didn't really feel tilted. But maybe
maybe it's just a bit of autopilot or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. No worries. Okay. So yeah, when we stay, he's never dying, ever dying, right? So we're saying right now that we value a little bit of harass that he can sustain for risk of getting ganked. That's the decision we're making.
Yeah.
So no worries. It's always weighing up stuff, you know?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, and now he's fucking. Yeah. So you should push and then back.
Yeah, not reacting
instantly
on
back.
it.
Yeah, so you should either desperately push here or just instantly fuck off, you know? Like, run away. Oh, good. But yeah, you can see why I didn't think freezing was so much of an issue, but something else. Anyway, skip ahead. There's not much happens for a while. We just keep pushing. Like, I don't want to keep saying the same thing. Like, you should have died to a gank by now. Do you see Kha'Zix took the Herald?
Yeah.
And should have ganked you. Because he was here, and you were pushing still. Anyway, that's what I would have done if I was the jungler.
Yeah, and I think this is pretty much like a usual game. I can see me doing this a lot.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
It's for sure something to work on, and
on this champion elite, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we see Kha'Zix here now, right? So you can keep pushing. See, what you do always ends up working, but it's not right. And do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, it might work in this game, but it might not work in the next game.
And we want consistency. Yeah, exactly.
If their jungler were more active on the map or looking at how I fucked the lane up there, he could get more ganks.
For sure, mate. Yeah. No worries. Let's see. So nothing happens for a minute, but we can keep harassing now. Now we can actually look to like even chunk him so low that he has to go off. Or what happens here? I think we keep pushing. Did you back here? Okay, so something that's really important, right? If you have control of the lane and he's stuck here really low and sad, you never let him get a free recall, right? You control when he recalls, and you want to control it so he has a bad recall. So make sure you push a big wave under tower and then make him chunk so he can't get it. That sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So never just handshake a free recall for him.
Maybe wait,
you don't recall?
No, I don't recall.
You push?
I think I hope that he walked up with it thinking I recall.
He'll never do that, right?
It, but he wouldn't do it now.
Oh, good. Okay, so this is another thing. So that was actually opportunity to freeze, right? Like it would push into you and you would freeze it. But like that's all good. This is fine. There's something bigger that happens that's more important. So I think what happens is Rengar comes to gank. And this is important to discuss. Let's have a look. All good. You're setting up the dive because you're chunking him permanently. That's fine. I'll just keep skipping ahead. Keep pushing. Oh, he TPs. Okay, so your Rengar is a fucking idiot, right? He's actually so stupid, and he thinks he can dive a full HP Gangplank with no vision, and you're on 500 health, right?
Yeah.
Like, so your responsibility is to understand your role better than Rengar. Rengar doesn't understand that you can't dive this. You've got to tell him. Like, communication is actually really important in League. People meme and say you should mute all, blah, blah, blah. No, communication is actually really important. So your responsibility is to instantly say when he sees this, you ping him back. You never let him even try this, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just something that I want you to understand. And later on, there's more examples of where you should communicate. Because of this, you'll see he loses his ult, and Rengar without ulti isn't a champion. So he's just wasted his ult, and we can actually take responsibility for that. We didn't ping him back, you know. Let me repeat if you need that. I don't mind at all.
No, I got it.
Okay, no worries.
Tell if you're not interested in a dive or a gank. Instead of him deciding what happens on your lane, decide it yourself.
Yeah, because you understand better than him, right? Like, he's a jungler. Yeah, no worries. Just don't autopilot follow their calls because they're idiots. Oh, good. Oh, good. Let me skip ahead because I don't think much more happens. Let's have a look. So after this, I'll briefly go over like the micro and how we can position better in lane. But this is like important general decisions. Let's have a look.
I think I stay in the lane around a minute or two more, and then I leave it because, yeah.
Sorry, what do you mean?
I think
the plating's full.
Yeah, the plating is gone, and then I think like, yeah, okay, it's 150 goals for him, and if I can get a kill with bot or mid lane, we take more plates and more pressure on the map.
Sure. I mean, we'll address that when that happens, but like, there's still a few more things in lane. It's important because I still want you to get really fed, you know. Because we're 0-0-0, and he's like, in theory, with the way we've been playing, he should be even with us, and we don't want that. Anyway, so here, what do you want to do now? I'm gonna go to a point where it's easier to tell. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. We saw Kha'Zix around Dragon, right? Because you say you look at the map a lot. You probably saw this. So what do you want to do now?
Push in and get tower plays for sure, right? Yeah. Like, it's really important. But I just want you to think about based on where the junglers are, you know? That's really important. Yeah.
No worries. Okay, let me skip ahead. So yeah, you know to contest barrels. That's great. And because you got demolished, you can just put push, just get that tower plating. All good. Let me see. Where's the next point? About in a minute. God, this matchup looks so bad for Gangplank. I don't know. This is why I'm questioning, is Grasp really necessary? Maybe it is for the early levels, you know? But this looks so bad.
I think, yeah, it's just that when I played him a lot last season, but the new Sheen doesn't have the proc anymore, I think. Does it?
It does have the proc.
Yeah, maybe it does. I don't know why. I just had a lot of difficulties playing with him.
Yeah.
It was one of my miserable lanes.
Okay, so the thing is, right, Gangplank got a lot worse this season. Yeah. Like, for some reason, he's got like a 43% win rate, and I don't really know why. He's not that bad, but I think it's the item changes, you know? But Sheen isn't the reason he's doing less damage. It's because Sheen does the same damage as before. Maybe it's the fact that Sheen doesn't have mana, so he can Q you less or something like this, you know? It's something, but he is weaker now. That's basically what I wanted to say. Anyway, let's have a look. I think here we did... Okay, so this is really important. This is another example of communication, right? So he entered like an absolute idiot. First of all, we tell him, we write in chat, wait until I push into tower or something like this, because this is really inconsistent. He could have altered the tower.
That was why I tried to shroom the wave, is for the other ones to question. So maybe I should just have pinged. They need a wave ping.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Okay, here's the second part of the communication, because that wasn't the main thing. Look, you need to understand that Kha'Zix can come to kill you. He's right here. If you want to get the turret, you need Rengar's help. Because if Kha'Zix comes, then you're inting for a dead turret already, because it's already so low, you know, it's not worth it. So never die for a dead, already low turret, especially when you don't get plates for it or anything like this. Or call your jungler, communicate to your jungler.
I actually remember this because I thought like, well, okay, he will stay, and as you said, maybe just do it, communicate. If he still leaves, then leave.
Yeah. I mean, the best top laners in Europe, if you watch him, there's like one called Alfari, right? He will communicate so much. Like he'll literally tell his teammates what to do at almost every point, right? If he needs them, because they're there to be used, you know, and they like it when they like to autopilot. So if you tell them what to do, it's useful. Yeah,
and
so
I probably wouldn't die if Rengar stayed there.
exactly. Yeah,
Maybe
exactly. And you would have got the third
but
faster.
he would get the count, the trade kill.
I don't think you would have even died because the isolation damage would have gone because you would have been on top of each other, you know.
And he probably wouldn't even try it then.
Yeah, exactly. All good, all good. Just communication. Yeah. So that's like one of the second things. No worries. So eventually this game starts devolving. Like you said, you started roaming, you got the tower, that's great. You won lane now. But now becomes a sort of, the thing is with this meta is roaming's really good. So I'm glad you actually do this. But there's a couple of instances where I'm like, okay, you actually need to farm here, you know? It's really important to get that balance. So don't just perma roam. Okay. But dragons are so important that you do roam and it's good. Let's see. Never just split push. I think Manko even said that, right? I used to follow Manko.
Yeah, he said that once also because the pace of the game just compared to when I started 3 years ago, it's exactly so different. I won a lot of games by split pushing then.
I agree. I miss it.
And now, it's bad, isn't it? Now I feel like I can never do it because everyone just rotates in a second.
Sorry. Okay, no, it's fine. You would have won. They were a bit scared of you. It's fine. Sorry, I got a bit confused with them just walking away. I feel like they could have done something. I know you blind Kaiser, but then she ults, and then I think they actually kill you there. This is actually quite scary. Anyway, sorry, I got a bit distracted there. I agree. It's really sad. I miss split pushing, but like grouping is just optimal. So basically what you want to do is just group about a minute before every Drake. And that's all I'll say, right? That's a really good general rule. Just recall 1 minute before, and then look for like a kill or something before Drake. Just for the future reference. Because I feel like you know that, so I wasn't going to push it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I actually think that's the reason why we lose. I lose a lot of dragons. That's because the enemy team actually do it. Just like 45 seconds, 1 minute before, get a kill. Normally on a jungler that face checks a bush alone.
Yeah.
And then it's
exactly. And that's why you want to be there, right? You want to be there for that stupid fight you know is going to happen. There's actually an example of you doing this. You made the right choice. So I was really happy with that. Anyway. You see now, this game is slowly like kind of just devolving, you know, into a team fight thing. And this is why I want you to be like 5-0 already. So you just run over everyone. They run into you, they die. Anyway, so I want you to, at this point, I don't want you to autopilot follow the team around. Because you do have to follow the team around, but you have to be calculated, right? You got to decide in advance before you come up here, do you and a Bard and a Rengar without ulti have the tools to kill someone here, right? And the answer is just no. So you should never even consider this. You should just be getting bot wave, you know?
Yeah.
You understand the concept? Like you have to
see the concept.
No,
I'll try to think about it. I still think that's it. Here, at least when I see Leona, maybe I'm not. I understand the concept, but I'm not sure I would have made it without thinking about it. If you didn't say it, I wouldn't have thought of that myself. So that's a great point.
Okay. So like, yeah, sure. But like the thing, okay, I completely get what you mean, and that's why we have to balance it. Because if we stop getting CS, the worst thing we could do is start getting like 3 CS per minute. You know, at this point, CS is always really important. Anyway, let's see what happens next. And this also goes along with before when we followed the Rengar dive, but instead of pinging him back, we sort of autopilot followed his call. Sure. No worries. Let me keep going. Let's just watch for now. I don't think much happens for a bit, and we have Ignite, so we shouldn't group. Yeah. By the way, I had a question, just Teemo specifically. Does she ever go TP? Because I never see any Teemos go TP, like at all.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I did it when I played him occasionally with the split pushing meta, where people didn't roam as fast as they do this meta. I think they just roam way faster, and also because there is the plant, or not the plant, what's it called, when you get a Drake soul or something like that, or when the soul is up, so everyone can just move so fast really good, in their jungle.
This was really good, by the way. Good run. You saw that you had time because it was no minions there, you know, and then she was overextended.
And I tried to ping him back because, a typical Yas could just.
Yeah, I understand. And you wanted to get the blind up before she killed him. Yeah. Brilliant. But also the biggest reason this is really good is because it's right before Drake. And this is why I want you to group 1 minute before Drake. Because maybe you didn't have that thought in your head, right? But this is exactly what I want you to do almost every dragon. Yes. Brilliant. Okay. This is unfortunate. And you run away. All good. Let me see. I'm looking at my points again. Okay, so the next one's not for a while, but I want to see how you approach this team fight and what you do. Because in theory here, you can never contest, right? It's just if Anivia comes, what do you think? What would you do here? Because, yeah, go on.
Well, I was a bit sad that I didn't, as you said, weren't more fed, because normally if I have a fed game, I would actually try to contest this Shroom,
Yeah, for sure.
I'll Shroom up and then have their ADC on 25% health maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And then hope that Yas and Anivia would join me, and if not, if it wasn't the case, I would probably run. Leave it. Say, okay, fuck it.
By the way, I need to ask you, what's your thoughts on Ludens versus Leandris? Because is Ludens not better here? The only like kind of tanky one they have is Leona, but it's not really your job to kill a Leona, you know?
Yeah, it probably would.
Do you
I've just made a page, and I'm not sure I have made it here, but later this night I made squishes versus tanks, and then I have
brilliant.
a basic rule called 2 to 3
Thank you.
tanks go
Yeah.
Leandris.
Okay, brilliant.
1 to 2 think about going Ludens.
Okay.
And one
That's great.
Play more like an assassin style.
Okay, so what I'll get to here, because that was just a little point I just thought of in my head. Your decision here, you just have to decide you can't contest, right? So fuck this, you need to do something else, and the best thing you could do is just continue farming, or like get something else on the other side of the map. You have to like do something in this time rather than like try and half contest, half get nothing, you know? And that's what you do mid game. You don't always just try and contest the dragon, unfortunately. So right now, at this point, you see him die, or you see them die. You just go farm Gromp, or you farm Wolves, or you do something else, you know? No worries. Anyway, let's skip ahead. I think Blue Buff's probably really good on you as well, but it's probably good on Nivea. But yeah, just do something. I think you follow.
Probably think more ahead and just, oh no, we will lose a dragon, better stay here. But
exactly.
Think, okay, if we lose it, and we probably will because 2 just died, how can I lose less?
Yeah, or make up for it a bit. Yeah, you know, it still sucks. Yeah. It still really sucks, but you get something else somewhere. Yeah. All right, because we haven't farmed in like 5 minutes now, you know? Yeah. So that's something to maybe look at in the mid game. But yeah, this is a lot less this is starting to get a lot less coachable now because you're just perma grouping, and if your teammate's in, then there's nothing you can do, you know? Like so push S, all great. The main point I wanted to see was at 2024, because late game team fighting can be important. Anyway, you buy your items, great. More coin flipping happens over here. If your team's winning this, you don't have to group, just go top, catch the wave. You know, top lane's a lot like, in the mid game is a lot like janitor duty. You do all the work that no one else wants to do, catching side waves and stuff like this. They get to have fun and play the game. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. So you don't need to be here. They're pushing already. And this is scary as well, because no one's catching bot wave. Your Rengar's really run down his lane.
Yeah, and I also used a lot of time instead of taking his jungle or something like that.
Exactly.
I used the time running up here for a gangplank that is back.
Yeah, oh good. But now you see like the choices you have to make sure you know the play is going to work, or just go get CS. That's what I wanted to show you basically with all of this in the mid game. But it's a hard concept to work on. It's actually really hard, and something people struggle up right to the highest ranks. All good. Just something to work on. Let's see. More coin flip team fighting. I hate reviewing this because like you can't control how well your Yasuo clicks, you know. So this was good. Get the ignite on the target. Okay.
I hate Yasuo.
Do you hate Yasuo?
Yeah, I hate that jam.
Oh, good.
I'm like a wind. What's it called? The Q magnet. I feel
like I
can never dodge it. And whenever I play against it, it's like a 10-0 Yasuo, and I never have it on the team. It's the 0-10 power spike Yasuo.
So this is just another example of the janitor duty, right? Like in your head, you should be like, okay, we're team fighting. What do I do instantly after we win this, right? Because you do win this. Yeah. And that is catch this wave, or Gangplank's going to take a lot of the tower, you know? You like to group up a lot, but then overstay your welcome. I think that's one thing that you can take away here. They just don't need you. Never be where your team doesn't need you. Always be getting farm. Oh, good. Like, I understand you're getting tower here, but we're also missing so much CS. Like, it's also pretty, you know, pretty even. All good. Let's see. Where's 24? Because that's the big one. Oh, wait, what happens here? I just want to make sure I don't miss the stuff. Okay, we see Riven. We should see Riven.
I saw Riven. I think I back now because I saw Riven. Oh, this is where I I juked them.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I don't play that much Teemo, right? So I forget that you like have all these duke patterns and stuff. I'm like, oh wait, you've inted. Never mind. You know, never mind. You haven't inted.
Actually,
okay.
I thought 100% I inted there because they should have seen me not crossing. I think she was in vision, but yeah. Oh well.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. Shit like that happens. You know, I won't bother you with that. It's all good. So here, really good example of where you did the right decision. I just want to make sure you're making it consciously, you know, and it didn't just happen. So Dragon's up in 1 minute. Recall instantly. And get ready and be there for as soon as possible so you can start looking for fights and kill someone. We take a while, and then you don't even recall when you have 1.1k, you know? So always be as strong as you can for dragons and neutral objectives. Because dragons are so important, souls so insane. See, this is the example where I'm like, Gangplank's doing that new mistake where this season and like this past 2 years, just split pushing just isn't worth it, you know? And he'll just split push now, but you're making the right decision. Because I feel like in these kinds of games where you lose 2 turrets for a dragon, you might think, oh, that wasn't worth it. I should have defended. But no, you made the right choice. I just wanted to make sure that was certain and you knew it. Oh, good.
But I think I see, as you say, I see that in a lot of games that you can have a Nasus split pushing the entire game and then a bit later he loses the game. Because
exactly.
His team dies, they get 2 towers, he gets 1, etc., etc.
Yeah, exactly. Split push just sucks. There's the reason all these split push champions like Yorick and all that just fell off really hard. Anyway, the big thing I wanted you to do here is another example of communication. The ideal play for you, and you've got to see this in advance, you need to get back to defend your towers as soon as possible, right? So you need to spam ping this dragon, say rush it, 5v4, okay? That's the essential thing you need to say. So you can, as soon as you guys kill it, you can just back and defend, right? So you minimize your loss over here. But instead, we sort of run around and don't really kill it. Everyone's sort of just not here and
just doing their own stuff.
Yeah, and then we give Gangplank time to split. So yeah, did you see what I mean? Like we have to micromanage them. All good. Oh, disgusting as well.
Yeah, I hate the gold ringer, man.
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry. But yeah, that's just communication again and shot calling.
Play the game versus set like unkillable.
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry, mate. Funny. And then because you guys should have lost this fight, by the way. You guys really should have lost this fight. Ren got inted, and he's like a lot of your gold. But all good. Oh, wait, actually, I'm wrong. No. Sorry, I completely take it back because Gangplank's top lane. You guys still win this.
And here Grasp came in quite nice in this particular
fight.
Yeah, with the extra bone plating and.
Oh yeah.
When it's bursted, I had more HP than I normally do. Because Riven got onto me, and Assassin's Teemo would have died there.
Yeah. Anyway, this was great. You still had to commit to the fight, and you couldn't defend. But like, if we did that all quicker, and we all knew to do Dragon, I know, like most games, people won't listen to you, right? But if in like 2 out of 100 games, people do listen, and you win those games because of it, then it's good, you know? We want to win as many games as we can.
Yeah, sure.
No worries. But yeah, we should have taken this. Again, we're overstaying our welcome. We should just recall instantly, like after this fight. I know you're probably really happy you got the quadra kill, but just recall and go defend, you know? All good. Instead, we take this, which doesn't really matter, you know?
I think at that moment, it was actually the decision was that I looked up and saw the health on the inhibitor and saw that, okay, no one will defend it. He won't push any further because his entire team died. I'll take the farm and then back. That was the reasoning behind it. Okay, that's fine. Like, and also something I didn't realize was your team was almost spawning. So yeah, you're right. But that's a general thing, right? That's also a general thing. Yeah, you're right in that scenario. I agree. Take this tower, great. I'm surprised you end up winning this, but like, all good, you do. Kind of smurfed the team fights. Well, they hit every single room. I laid 4 runes down and they hit every single one of them, and they just with the money and this, it just burns so hard.
But now it's like who wins harder, and then you guys win a team. There's no point. That's like it's all good.
A-ramming from now on.
Yeah, it's a point. This is kind of scary though. Like I understand you have to defend this, so I'm not going to critique this. There's no choice, but you have to run him down, right? Like because what he could do here is TP to Baron.
Yeah.
And then your team's absolutely fucked, and you can't TP. So you just gotta keep chasing.
What I saw is that the jungler was dead, Riven was dead, so they were 4 versus 2.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Oh wait, I'm blind.
If he went there, I thought that they would still be
okay
4 versus
sure.
3 at least.
Sorry, no, I'm tired. My bad. You're right. For sure. Okay, that's gonna be fine. You defend that, you know.
The concept is still there because I probably would have made I could have made the wrong call of not going back, and then it would have been a.
Yeah. See, so this is the thing I have with coaching. I struggle to say these things because I don't want to act condescending and tell you obvious stuff. You know, like. No. So I feel like yeah. Well, maybe.
I don't think that's a problem actually because kind of like I played a lot of football on a fairly high level, and if you know better, you know better, and then yeah.
No worries.
You won't get better with pride.
Yeah, true. Very true. So. Anyway, skip ahead. I think you just win this. Like, there's no point. Did you? Yeah.
This is quite fine. They went 5 on me. I survived for a long time. The team cleaned them up, and then we won.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. But yeah, this is why I like coaching laning most. Yeah. Really important because we want to go 5-0. That's all I'll say. Yeah. All good. Brilliant. Okay, let's just go over like the main thing. So I'm gonna put this. This is on my notes, but this is why it takes a while. I just have to write stuff so I know what I'm talking about. I hate coaches who like just have nothing prepared, and it really tilts me. So these are the big things. I'll send this to you. If you want the rest of it as well, I'll send that to you too. Here you.
Oh, it's on the. No, it's nothing. I just saw your screen. I couldn't see what you were. I still see the image, so.
Oh, can you see?
Yeah, now I can see it. Now I can see it.
Okay, brilliant. I'm just making sure you can see what I'm seeing.
I just had to go out of full screen.
Okay. Anyway, because on my preview you can't see anything. Oh, sorry. Don't worry. I won't end it because time went over. I'll go over a bit more to explain stuff. There you go. No worries. So yeah, these are the fundamentals that you specifically I think need to work on. And they'll probably improve your game the most. If you wanted to like work on freezing afterwards, but since you played Garen and you know how to freeze, I didn't want to spend the time doing that. You know, like it's pointless.
It's fine. I know how to freeze. Yeah. It's just doing it sometimes.
And maybe the only problem it was just placing the shrooms to harass a bit, and it wasn't worth it. You know, all good. So yeah, these are the 2 main things. So first one was good base timings. Yeah, often we had an opportunity to base, and we just stayed for a bit more harass. You know, and that just lets us be ganked. You understand that concept now, right? Like, it's really important that. And then the second one is strong side, weak side. And I want you to think about what your jungler is. It's really important. Because if we're always aggressive, we will die. It is just how it is. And it really sucks because we always want to use our ranged advantage, but that's how it is. In some ways, ranged champions have to play safer than melees, right? It's really weird like that. But yeah, your strong side, weak side. If you have any questions, just ask me. It's all good. Okay. Then communication. This is like in order of like with the colors, it's like difficulty and well, no, it's not difficulty because wave's hard, but like it's importance, right? These 2 colors.
Yeah.
And then communicating what you need is obvious, right? It's like, for example, like gang pinging it back, your responsibility, and like the team fight around dragon, ping the dragon really fast. But that also requires you to understand what you guys need to do as a team. Sorry, yeah. And then wave 1 to 3 management. Crashing third wave, but that's like a much deeper concept. And I know I put this here, but this is something you'd have to go away and research more, right?
Yeah.
Once you've implemented, exactly. Once you've implemented this is the most important, and then you can think about this after. Yeah. So what I recommend is you just play with one of these in your head whilst you play solo queue games.
I think a lot of the time is actually the base timing. That's what's because I have something in my mind saying I have to come back with a better item, a better item, a better item. But
sometimes you just have shit bases, you know. Sometimes you have a base and you have to get a ruby crystal or something.
I think it's still coming back with the tome is still better than
and not dying.
When I come back, he can't back or he has to spend his TP to come back because I catch the wave.
Yeah, and you freeze. Exactly, mate. Yeah, so work on like one of these at a time. Maybe play for a week with one of these in your head, and then it becomes a habit, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can move on to the next one. Yeah. All good. If you really want this, you know, I'm just going to link it if you're ever curious.
I would like it.
No worries. Viewer, sorry, I'm not sure how this works too well.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a teacher, so I use it a lot.
Oh, okay. No worries. Here you go.
As long as anyone can view it, it's fine. Just sending the link, I think you did that.
Yeah, there you go, mate. Anything else you want to ask before we close it all off?
No, I think it's good that you pick like 3, 4 things to spend time on instead of just pointing out
Yeah, I hate that, man. Like,
thing, because that then your head is just like exploding and you can't.
exploding. Yeah, no, yeah. This is why I like, cause, man. You don't just give a bunch of information and that's it. You need a solution, right? Otherwise, you're doing what the player can do. Like,
I actually had a coaching with the Lucian, what is he called, Ostrich or something like that, and
I actually don't know this guy. Who is it?
no, I think he's NA Lucian #1 or something like that, up there
Mm-hmm.
at least. Using one trick, and I had a coaching with him, and I was just like information overload, and I didn't have anything written down or
Yeah.
anything, so it was hard thinking back.
Okay, no
I felt
worries.
like it was wasted the money, to be honest.
Oh, rip. I hope you didn't feel the same way
No, I
about
don't. I
me.
really think you have it, and also, not a critique. What's it called? The other one. If you're not critiquing something,
Sorry?
you're giving it
Um.
just a positive feedback. Let's say that
Okay. Okay. Sure.
is that doing this and filling out a sheet and doing some groundwork before meeting is
Mm.
means a lot. It's easier
No
to.
worries.
I mean, I can feel like you're. It feels like you're well prepared. That's nice. I have tried it 4 times now, and no, 5 times, and 2 of the times were, yeah, I felt like they
Uh,
just came and watched me play a game.
yeah. This is why I think I'm really sure, right? Nobody can just watch a game and pick out everything that's important and form solutions in 1 hour. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
You have to do prep. Like, I just don't understand how people can think they do that.
No.
Anyway, sorry, that's just me. This is why I do all this.
Yeah.
And it's also fun, so whatever.
I think, like, are you still playing? I saw the what's it called, the Leaguepedia. What's it called? Are you still
Yeah.
playing right now, or?
So I'm actually taking one split off. I'm gonna play in summer. I wanted to focus on solo queue and then get better offers. Yeah, and I'm focusing on coaching and solo queue this split. So it was. Go. Sorry, what were you saying?
I muted myself with my elbow.
Oh, nice.
I was just thinking, was it in the UK or where did you play?
So it was, my biggest one was in something called the UKLC, and that was in a league with Excel and Fnatic Academy.
Yeah.
If you know that one.
Yeah, I know that. I watch a lot of of League Online.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That was in 2019. That was my best one. I play in UKLC now, but it got relegated a bit. But it's like that was my claim to fame. That was the great one.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, I think I will work on the points you gave, and then
Please do, man.
I will probably, when I think that I have become better at them, I probably would book another session with you.
Okay, great to know. Great to know, man. No worries.
Start in the smalls, and then when I think I have it down, then contact you again.
Okay, brilliant, mate. Good luck in solo queue.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for your time.
All right. No worries. See you later.
Bye.